Happening today, thousands will flock to Hilton Head Island for the official opening of the RBC Heritage.
Longtime locals have a special place in their heart for the tournament, of course, and the people who shaped the island during its inception. Alexis King live on Hilton Head this morning to tell us their story. Alexis, good morning.
Good morning to you. And you know what? Their story is my story. I'm down here on the south end of Hilton Head at Piggly Plaza in front of the Piggly Wiggly. A lot of longtime locals will know this as the red and white. And back in the day, so the off season used to be really off around here. Everything shut down from September until April. And stores like this were more than just a grocery. It was a lifeline. Watch this to see why. Gene Martin had a rough start. Both of his parents died when he was young, so different aunts and uncles pitched in to raise him. Well, that instilled a sense of gratitude and a set of values he would eventually bring to Hilton Head Island in 1969.
And when he had a chance to buy the store at 31 years old with no money and a small family from Allendale, South Carolina, it was his chance to shine.
Development on the island was still getting underway. Sea Pines was becoming a resort and Piggly was becoming a plaza. That's where Gene Martin opened the island's first grocery store, the Red and White.
So for him, it was a personal choice. It was pride. It was a chance for him to do something on his own.
By 1975, there were still fewer than 5,000 residents on the island. People had to work together and lean on each other.
Because in those days, there was not enough people here. You had to depend on everybody else. So everybody depended on everybody else because it was a small town.
The off-season lasted from September through April. Hotels shut down, restaurants closed, and there were no visitors to the island. For the locals who stayed, there was no work and no money. Gene Martin let them run a tab so families could put groceries on their table.
But yeah, so he did it through those rough times. He always did it and never asked for payment, you know, pay when you can. And that was just his nature.
His son David says his father never forgot the help he got from others. As customers checked out, Gene wrote their total in a ledger at the end of the counter. No questions asked.
And he would say things like, you know, David, it's just part of it. You know, we're in a position where we can help somebody. Why not help them? You know, how can we expect to be our good selves, our greatest selves, without being, you know, have other people be their greatest selves?
Bills went unpaid as locals waited for the tourist season to return. And just when it seemed like all hope was lost, Heritage came. The golf tournament was a shot in the arm for hospitality workers. The first thing they did with the windfall was pay back the grocer who fed them all winter.
I don't even think he thought about it. I just think he did it. It came from the heart, from a deep place, and he just did it. He just did it. And he would realize it, but he wouldn't really take much credit for it.
The Red and White, now Piggly Wiggly, has been locally owned and operated for its entire existence. The island landmark still carries that small town feel, and you'll still find David Martin stocking shelves alongside his friendly staff. He says he has no plans to leave Hilton Head.
It is the greatest hometown in America.
Anytime soon.
It just keeps me young, and I just look around and think about how lucky I am, and I don't always realize it. I'm just doing one day at a time, but I'm very lucky, and I enjoy it so much, and until I don't enjoy it, I'm gonna stick it out. The town means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you mean a lot to the town. One of those families that came here to put their groceries on a tab was my very own. We were broke. Sometimes our electricity would get turned off because there was just no money, but we always had food on our table thanks to the Martin family. So on behalf of myself and many, many longtime locals, we thank you so much for your service and your kindness here on Hilton Head Island. To read more about the store, the tournament, and the island, you can of course go on to our website. That's wsab.com/RBC Heritage. Live from the best hometown in America, I'm Alexis King on your side.